When a washing machine causes brownouts or flickering lights, it usually points to an electrical issue that needs attention. Several factors could be at play, and systematically investigating them is key to finding a solution. Firstly, consider an overloaded circuit. Washing machines, especially when the agitator kicks in, can draw a significant amount of current. If the circuit is already burdened with other appliances, the additional load can cause a voltage drop, leading to brownouts and flickering lights. To address this, start by identifying what else shares the circuit with the washing machine. Unplug any non-essential devices to reduce the overall load. If the problem disappears, you know the circuit was overloaded. Secondly, loose electrical connections are a common culprit. Over time, the vibrations from the washing machine can loosen connections at the outlet, the machine itself, or even at the circuit breaker. Loose connections create resistance, which generates heat and can lead to voltage drops. Inspect all accessible electrical connections. Make sure the screws in the outlet are tight, and check the wiring behind the outlet if you're comfortable and qualified to do so. At the circuit breaker, ensure the wire connections are secure. Remember to turn off the breaker before you start inspecting connections to avoid electrical shock. If you find any loose connections, tighten them securely. Thirdly, a faulty outlet or circuit breaker can cause these symptoms. Outlets can wear out over time, and circuit breakers can weaken or fail. To test the outlet, try plugging the washing machine into a different outlet on a separate circuit. If the problem goes away, the original outlet is likely the issue and should be replaced. To check the circuit breaker, reset it. If it trips immediately or doesn't seem to be working correctly, it might be faulty. If you're unsure, have an electrician test the breaker. Fourthly, wiring issues within the house's electrical system might be the cause. Older homes often have wiring that isn't designed to handle the demands of modern appliances. Undersized or damaged wires can struggle to deliver enough current, resulting in voltage drops. Look for any signs of old or damaged wiring, such as cracking, fraying, or exposed conductors. If you suspect wiring problems, it's best to consult a qualified electrician for an inspection and potential upgrades. Fifthly, electrical surges can also lead to brownouts. When the washing machine's agitator starts, it creates a sudden demand for power. This surge can temporarily overload the circuit and cause a brief voltage drop. If your home has sensitive electronic equipment or older wiring, these surges can be more noticeable. Consider installing surge protectors to protect your electronics from voltage spikes. Sixthly, a faulty washing machine itself might be the problem. In rare cases, the agitator motor or other internal components of the washing machine could be drawing excessive current or causing electrical interference. This is usually accompanied by other symptoms such as unusual noises or a burning smell. If you suspect a faulty washing machine, contact a qualified appliance repair technician for diagnosis and repair. Troubleshooting steps can help you narrow down the cause of the problem. First, unload the washing machine. Excess items in the machine can increase the load in the motor and electrical system. Reducing the load can sometimes alleviate the issue. Second, check the circuit. Unplug the washing machine and any other appliances that share the same circuit. Reset the circuit breaker. This helps isolate the washing machine and determine if it's the sole cause of the problem. Third, inspect the connections. Tighten all electrical connections around the washing machine outlet and circuit breaker. Loose connections are a common cause of voltage drops and can lead to brownouts. Fourth, try a different outlet. Plug the washing machine into a different outlet on a separate circuit. If the problem goes away, the original outlet or circuit is likely the issue. Fifth, if the problem persists after trying these steps, it's time to contact a qualified electrician. They can inspect your wiring, electrical system, and circuit breaker panel to identify any underlying issues. Sixth, if you suspect the washing machine itself is faulty, contact an appliance repair technician for further diagnosis and repair. They can test the motor, wiring, and other components to determine if they are causing the problem. Remember, safety is paramount when dealing with electricity. If you are not comfortable working with electrical wiring, or if you have any doubts about your abilities, it's always best to call a qualified electrician. They have the training, experience, and tools to diagnose and repair electrical problems safely and effectively. A licensed electrician can perform several tests to diagnose the issue. They might use a multimeter to check the voltage at the outlet while the washing machine is running. A significant voltage drop when the agitator starts indicates a problem with the circuit or wiring. They can also use an amp meter to measure the current draw of the washing machine. If the current exceeds the circuit's capacity, it confirms an overloaded circuit. Electricians can also perform a voltage drop test to identify sections of wiring that are causing excessive voltage loss. This test involves measuring the voltage at different points along the circuit while it's under load. A significant voltage difference between 2 points indicates a problem with the wiring between those points. They will inspect the circuit breaker panel to make sure the breakers are properly sized for the circuits they protect. An undersized breaker can trip frequently, while an oversized breaker can allow too much current to flow, potentially causing a fire hazard. They can also check the grounding system to ensure it's properly installed and functioning. A faulty grounding system can increase the risk of electrical shock. Upgrading the electrical system might be necessary to resolve the problem permanently. This could involve running a new dedicated circuit for the washing machine. A dedicated circuit provides a separate, uninterrupted power supply, which can prevent overloads and voltage drops. Upgrading the wiring in the house might also be necessary, especially in older homes. Replacing undersized or damaged wires with larger gauge wires can improve the electrical capacity and reduce voltage drops. Another solution to look at is upgrading the circuit breaker panel. If the panel is old or outdated, it might not be able to handle the demands of modern appliances. Replacing it with a new panel can provide more capacity and improve the overall safety of the electrical system. Installing a whole house surge protector is also a consideration. This device protects all of the electrical appliances and electronics in the house from voltage spikes and surges. It can help to prevent damage and extend the life of your equipment. The National Electrical Code, NEC, provides guidelines for safe electrical installations. Electricians follow these guidelines to ensure that wiring, circuits, and equipment are installed properly and safely. For example, NEC Table 310.15b16 specifies the allowable ampacities of insulated conductors based on their size and insulation type. This table is used to determine the appropriate wire size for a given circuit. NEC Section 210.21b specifies the maximum rating of receptacles used on branch circuits. This section helps to prevent overloading of receptacles and ensures that they're compatible with the circuit they're connected to. NEC Section 250.118 lists the types of equipment grounding conductors that are permitted. This section ensures that equipment is properly grounded to prevent electrical shock hazards. When selecting a qualified electrician, look for someone who is licensed, insured, and experienced. Ask for references and check online reviews to get an idea of their reputation. A good electrician will be able to diagnose the problem accurately and provide a cost-effective solution. Remember, dealing with electricity can be dangerous, so it's always best to leave electrical work to the professionals. Addressing the issue promptly is important to prevent further damage or safety hazards. Ignoring the problem can lead to more serious electrical problems, such as fires or electrical shocks. Also, continuing to use a washing machine while it's causing brownouts can damage the appliance itself or other electrical equipment in the house. Proper electrical maintenance can help to prevent future problems. This includes regularly inspecting outlet switches and wiring for any signs of damage or wear. It also includes keeping the circuit breaker panel clean and free of obstructions. Also, avoid overloading circuits by plugging too many appliances into the same outlet or circuit. Use power strips with surge protection to protect your electronics from voltage spikes. Also, consider having a qualified electrician inspect your electrical system periodically to identify any potential problems before they become serious. By taking these steps, you can help to ensure the safety and reliability of your home's electrical system. In conclusion, a washing machine causing brownouts and flickering lights is a sign of an electrical problem that needs to be addressed. By systematically investigating the possible causes, following the troubleshooting steps, and consulting with qualified professionals, you can identify and resolve the issue safely and effectively. Remember that electrical safety should always be your top priority. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, always call a qualified electrician for assistance. They can diagnose and repair the problem safely and ensure that your electrical system is functioning properly. A little bit of knowledge and precaution can go a long way in preventing electrical hazards and ensuring the safety of your home and family.